The reason for the success of many rock groups is no secret, for while their profligate polyphony in live performance is frequently drowned out by the cheering audiences, it's their recordings that promote the concerts. So the studio recording producer is the unsung superstar. It is he who must make sonic sense of an otherwise mess. It is he who must restore musical order, and in some cases, he who must derive consistency from nothing. One brisk early spring, T.A. sat glumly in his New York recording studio waiting for a piano player to show up. As a record producer, T.A. was the top. A test recording in his studio with his engineers could make the best of even a poor performer. A contract with T.A.'s company might even mean overnight success. Now where was the piano player? Presently, the studio door opened. A prominent nose with a lean, dour face attached to it peeked inside. "Aha!" cried T.A. The slender musician timidly entered the studio, remained silent, fixing his gaze on the piano at the center of the room. Rapidly, it became obvious that this musician was a foreigner, not only to the United States, but to recording studios. The hesitation with which the piano player expressed himself in English was of no concern to the producer, T.A. It was music that T.A. was waiting for, and shortly the audition began. 20 bars into the session, T.A. threw up his hands. "Who told you you're a piano player?" The engineers cringed, quietly shut down the equipment as T.A. continued. "You're a pounder. That's what you are, a pounder." No one said a word, least of all the slender, sad-looking musician who meekly rose from the bench, donned his overcoat and hat, and left. Even for a proud musician of otherwise stunning confidence, this harsh criticism from producer T.A. had to hurt. For T.A. was the best. His immaculate sense of balance, his taste, his discrimination were legendary. The records he produced were surefire winners, and apparently this lean, modest musician from across the ocean had failed. Press had mentioned that T.A. and the piano player did eventually get together, although the producer never quite got used to the pounding. Notes in T.A.'s law repeatedly recounted, "Something is the matter with this record," and "this tune unattractive." But the piano player succeeded nevertheless. His record sold, and we listen today with great awe to hear the music that bewildered the famous recording producer, the music of the incomparable Russian giant Sergei Rachmaninoff. And T.A., the recording producer, who never quite understood the cranky old gentleman, who was tops in his field, was practically the only man in his field, Thomas Alva Edison. Although Edison's musical judgment was reverently trusted, though his comprehension of balance was considered impeccable, the great Rachmaninoff need not have taken the relentless criticism to heart, because Thomas Edison was a man more scientist than musician, a recording producer who was almost completely deaf. And now you know, for the rest of the story.